called The Evolution of Love. I fell in love on a Sunday. Heart racing, knees shaking, heavy tear-brimmed eyes, and stomach full of butterflies. Hard pressed to unleash feelings formerly suppressed, I made the lifelong trek from pew to altar and professed, Jesus, I love you. And I fell for him with a childlike adoration, but it's hard to maintain that initial elation in the face of temptation. See, he was all in, ready to carry me over the threshold, but my love was puppy love, so I put our love on hold. And we became something like friends with benefits. I told him I'll spend time when my schedule permits, call you when I need you, but I just can't commit to anything more than an occasional spiritual hit. But somewhere along life's way, things got complicated, and I was educated but unmotivated, sophisticated yet invalidated, unfulfilled in the life that I had created, and painfully aware that sometimes romantic love is overrated. So I came running back, bewildered and broken, and when the preacher's final words had been spoken, I wondered if God could forgive all the things I'd done wrong. Then the organ wailed, and he whispered, they're playing our song. And I fell again, instantly settling into his embrace, became that clingy chick with no respect for personal space. We were joined at the hip, or actually my hip to his pierced side, and we grew closer with each stride. He had me up so high, I was your typical blushing bride. But of course, at some point, the honeymoon ended. I got comfortable and left our love unattended. I was preoccupied with people I befriended and hustles and hobbies that left me overextended. So we began to talk less and less because we'd grown so close that I felt like he could just guess. And while he could, I was hurting myself with the emotions I suppressed. And then there was that other matter of the disappointment. I tried to tell myself I was better off without dreams to which he did not consent, and that one day there would be some great return on my investment. But the more I feigned contentment, the more I succumbed to resentment. So there we were, still together, yet drifting further and further apart. And the rift between us had created this gaping hole in my heart. Because the only thing worse than not being with the person you love is being with them knowing all the things of your relationship is void of. Yes, I was with him, but I missed him. And while I didn't have a new boo, I had a feeling that my distance made me untrue. And I knew deep down in my core that he had always loved me more. And that my pain was the root, that my lack of faith was the root of most of the pain that I bore. But then, as grace would have it, it was Sunday. And the mood was so similar to the previous times I'd fallen, so I could no longer harden my heart as I heard him calling. And as the choir sang, God tugged at my heartstrings, and I put my hand back in the hand of my king. So now I've fallen again, head over heels, but now not just because of how it feels, but for his character and the simple fact that he's always been there. And I love him knowing that sometimes life may seem completely unfair, that there will be highs and lows, triumphs and woes, but that pain is the only way anything grows. And I'm willing to fall in love with him over and over and over, as many times as it takes, because I finally get that life without him puts my soul and sanity at stake. Lord, I'm determined to let nothing stand in our way, but if by chance my foolish heart should stray, please help me to recall that Sunday when I first began to fall. Remind me of all that we've been through, and I promise to find my way back to you.